My name's Lyons. That's what I go by. I've been playing bass for a long time. Uh, been playing music with these guys for a while. We're Rock Creek Band. Uh, Started out at a very young age, at the age of 15, in my first garage band. I'm not going to tell you how old I am now, but it's been a year or two. Worked with Kenny, the keyboard player, probably about, first time I did anything with him was probably about 45 years ago. We met, we were hired to play with the same band. I believe it was Don Ward and the Countrymen. But anyhow, that was a while back. I started out playing rock and roll with some high school buddies in the garage band. My father was a pedal steel guitar player, and consequently I got into the mix with the country music folks around here who took a lot of time to make sure that I understood the basics of music. I had a lot of tutelage from a lot of people that knew very well their instruments, their vocals, all of it. And I'm very fortunate in that respect. I'm also fortunate to still being able to do it, and with the people that I'm doing it with. I was born in Salisbury. I lived there till I was about 10, and then I moved to Delmar. I claim Delmar as my hometown. Always will. Currently living in Dames Quarter, Maryland, down by Deal Island. Yeah. I've been playing bass for 50 years. I started when I was 15. I'm now 65. And I've learned a little bit each day. I learned a whole lot when I was out. I did some touring with some folks. I went to Nashville, worked with studios, and worked with road groups there, touring the United States and other places. And I just got tired of being out on the road all the time and decided I'd come back home. Take care, and we'll be back with you soon.
How you doing? My name is Jim Gray, otherwise known as Jammin' Jim. Been around these parts for quite a while. I actually grew up in Washington, D.C. My dad got me playing when I was probably 8 or 9 years old. Used to be a little bar down the street from our house called Uncle Tom's, and every Friday they get the little kid up there to play the snare drum in the gut bucket. Let me stay till about 10 o'clock, and then I had to go home, but that was a lot of fun. But anyway, we kind of did a little work in high school, played with a couple garage bands there, and I laid off the drums for a while. Moved down here and went to Salisbury University at the time in the 70s, and picked it up again there. Got really into it. Took some lessons from a guy around Salisbury, and after that, his name was Earl Kirby. And after that panned out, I went up to Delaware, and I studied with a guy named Honey Michelle, very famous drummer from around this area. And he got me hooked up with my first professional group, Brandy. We played around the Delaware shore for quite a while. Moved back to D.C. for a stint, and went on the road for a little bit. Played with a couple show bands, and I moved back here, and actually was the original drummer for On the Edge, and we played together for quite a while, and went through one phase after the other. Ended up playing with Oscar Waters and the Waters Brothers down there in a group called In the Mood down in Princess Anne. Played with Gene for a while, old Bruce Willie. Everybody knows who he is. And then I got very fortunate to work with a group called Phineas Gage with Jim Walls and Joe Davis and Denny Dennis. Came here, I think it's, I don't know, has it been 10 years maybe? I don't know, it's been quite a while, but I've been here ever since and been very happy playing here. We have a great time. We got a good group of guys and a very entertaining group, and we have a good band on stage, and the band Rock Creek has just been a very good experience for me, and I'm happy to be here. And I want y'all to come on out and see us. We have a Facebook page. Gene Lyons sets that up for us. And, you know, like I say, be very happy to see you out there. Very entertaining group, and we'd love to entertain you. Thank you so much.
Good evening, how you doing? I'm Kenny Dennis, one of the keyboard player with Rock Creek. Most of my homeboys. Started out on guitar probably around 15 or 16 with a band called the Wranglers. And then switched from that to the keyboards probably about 45 years ago with my boy Gene. I think that was the first band me and Gene was together. Been playing keyboards ever since. Enjoyed playing it, never took a lesson. I just play by ear and play from the heart. And that's really all I have to say, really. I've just been playing a long time and I enjoy playing. And enjoy playing with these guys, Rock Creek, Jimbo, David, Jim Gray. And thanks for watching.
How you doing? I'm Jimmy Ennis. Most of you probably know me as Jimbo. It's my brother David Ennis. We're in a band called Rock Creek Band that I started a few years ago. I started playing guitar when I went in the Navy when I was 18. I took piano lessons. You remember the piano lessons? I couldn't very well carry a piano on the ship, but a bunch of the guys on the ship had guitars, and we would sit around and play, and I'm kind of self-taught. I've been in many bands over the last 40 years. I've been in country bands. I've been in different bands. Tried to get my brother David to come jam with us for a long time. He finally showed up with a new amp to play his blues harp through, and he's been with us now for how many years?
Six years now, I think, yeah.
No, we can't get rid of them.
And we just have a great time with Rock Creek Band. We play a variety of music, mostly classic rock and blues, but we've all been in country bands. We can play some country. If you got a request, just write it on the back of a $20 bill and give it to Kenny. And the phone number. You can book us. What's your phone number, Gene?
410
410
430
430
5946.
5946. Call Gene if you want to book us for your event, weddings, parties, anything at all. And we'll come out and play and hope everybody have a good time.
My name is David Ennis, and again, this is my brother Jimmy. Unlike the rest of these guys, I've never played in a local band throughout all the years. I joined this band about 6 years ago. Whether I was invited or not invited, I just kind of came along and started playing and sat in, and I'm not sure if I'm still a regular member or not, but anyway, until they kick me out, I'm going to stick around and play. I went to a small community college in North Carolina in 1972, and there was a guy from Statesboro, Georgia, who was in my dorm, and he turned me on to the Allman Brothers, a lot of blues artists, Elmore James, Little Walter, Muddy Waters, who I had never been exposed to before. And I just love that kind of music and really became attached to the blues harmonica. So I started messing with it and self-taught again, figuring out that you have to have the right, cross harp key to play with blues. And just started sitting in with bands along the way. Like Jimmy said, I've sat in with his band many times over whichever band that might have been over the years. And but never had a chance to play with a regular band until 6 years ago. So it's been a real joy to play with Rock Creek Band, and so happy to be part of the group. Good bunch of guys.
We enjoy having them both.
That bullshit.